Hi guys, Cameron here, and welcome back to another Fall of the Necromancer campaign scenario overview. This week we were playing Fight to the East. Sorry, no we weren't. We were playing Flight to the East. I made this mistake probably a couple of times in the last video that I can't remember the names of these. So here is what the scenario should look like roughly. A bunch of ruins. Hopefully that is in focus for you. And yeah, it was a real good scenario. Bit different, but yeah, it was certainly nice. And what this is it's Gandalf fighting through Dol Guldur to try and find out if there is the Necromancer there. So let's go over it. The board layout represents the fortress of Dol Guldur. It should be covered with walls, ruins, and other such terrain, providing plenty of cover across the board. What you'll actually see is we finally got kind of the correct terrain, which is quite good. It's not Dol Guldur, it's a load of the Age of Sigmar Azerite ruins, if I remember correctly. But it's real nice that we've got them. What have we got? Starting position. The evil player deploys 6 40mm bases anywhere touching the western board edge. We change these to 25mm purely because our board sizes aren't the same as what are recommended in the book. So 25mm bases on the edge. These represent the places that the Necromancer could be. See the shadows of the Necromancer special rule that follows, which will be up in a sec. They then deploy the 4 Castellans of Dol Guldur anywhere within 12 inches of the western board edge, and we did 10 inches just purely to accommodate for that change. The good player then deploys Gandalf within 6 inches of the centre of the eastern board edge. Objectives. Gandalf the Grey is trying to discover the truth behind who or what is casting the shadow over Mirkwood. Sauron cannot risk being discovered and is trying to evade Gandalf and escape to the east. So the game lasts until the end of a turn where one side completes their objective. The good player wins if the Necromancer has been revealed and Gandalf escapes the board edge via any board edge. The evil player wins if the Necromancer has not been revealed when he escapes the board via the eastern board edge. Any other result is a draw. And you'll see that come up in kind of a wee minute, if I remember correctly. So, shadows of the Necromancer. This is now onto the special rules part of this. The Necromancer is not deployed at the start of the game. Instead, 6 40 25mm bases are deployed touching the western board edge. Each represents the place and where the Necromancer could be. One of these bases is the Necromancer, and the evil player should note down which of these ones is Sauron, either by marking one underneath or numbering all the bases and making a note of which is numbered bases, yada yada. They move the same way as the Necromancer, and the evil player will win if the base representing the Necromancer escapes the eastern board edge. Now we use 25mm bases, and on the bottom of one we put a little bit of silver paint, and that's how we represented him. Revealing the Necromancer. If at the end of a good player's movement phase, Gandalf is within 6 inches of one of the bases and can draw unobscure line of sight to it, to all parts of the base, then the evil player must reveal if the base is a decoy or, in fact, the Necromancer himself. Additionally, if the Necromancer casts any magic power, then they will automatically be revealed because you can see where it comes from. The cost of deception. The Necromancer loses a point of will at the end of each move phase in which he has not been revealed yet. And then the Grey Pilgrim. Gandalf has 2 attacks in this scenario rather than the one that he would in the book normally. So it's quite a good scenario for that sense in terms of there's a couple of different special rules. It's a bit different from what you would normally play. It's not just kind of a mashup. But yeah, it's real nice that way. Participants though, very short list. Good side has got Gandalf the Grey, and I painted up this version of Gandalf for this scenario. You can see him in the hobby vlog that will be coming out. I don't know. Actually, it might be a couple of days after this video, maybe even before. I can't remember. Have a look for March's hobby vlog, and you will see Gandalf the Grey in there. The evil player. It has the Necromancer of Dol Guldur and 4 Castellans of Dol Guldur. So 5 models, but actually it is 10 bases to start off with, because you have the 6 bases that could be the Necromancer himself. But yeah, it's a real good scenario. What we're going to do now is we will cut to a bunch of footage of me and my friend playing it. You'll see, and I'll give you an overview, and then we can come back and chat about it. One thing I will say, we are playing a campaign. So this campaign has got a couple of special rules. And last week we both won as the evil faction because we are playing both sides. So what happens this time? In the Flight of the East, the evil player may choose to automatically gain priority at the start of any turn. This can only be used once per game. So at one point, we were able to auto-win priority if we had been playing the evil player. Sorry, tongue-tied. But yeah, so let's cut to the footage and a wee little chat overview, and I will see you soon. So as you can see here, what we've got is the setup. So I've got my 6 25mm counters and my 4 Castellans, and then there's Gandalf on the other side. And what we do is we kind of just keep going and play on, and my Castellans move up. My kind of wee little bases, I don't really know what to call them, my decoys, kind of try and split off. And you can see here the terrain is kind of mixed up with the Azerite ruins and actually some of the Warcry stuff. I think this isn't the perfect scenario for Dol Guldur, but it's certainly a lot better than we've done before. And you can see my wee little Gandalf there. We all move up to each other and the Castellans start to get in. Now, magical powers were being kind of thrown off, a few done here and there by Gandalf, but in the end, he just starts to get bogged down. And as you can see, I'm rolling some dice. He's doing well. He's trapped. And it kind of just wasn't a good time for Gandalf. And then all of a sudden, the Necromancer showed up. And yeah, Gandalf was kind of screwed at that point, and we kind of knew that. But because the Necromancer had been revealed, then obviously my opponent actually had a draw, which was a bit of a shame for me. I hadn't thought that one through with the way that I deployed and kind of moved off the counters. But then we swapped over to my side after I killed Gandalf, so I'm now playing Gandalf in this one. You can see my opponent's wee little shadows are there, and we've got the setup of how these Castellans and whatnot are going to be. Then what happened was Castellan got Sorceress Blasted, and by Gandalf, obviously, and that was one of my favourite things that I managed to do this time. But then the shadows, or the decoys, sorry, started moving up, and it was just, how do I then do this? You can see the one on the far left, and I thought if I can get that one, then maybe I can get to the other ones before they get off the table. Now, the problem was I tried to Sorcerer's Blast the Castellan that's behind Gandalf and knock him over, just try and get rid of him, and you can see the double ones and whatnot, and that is exactly how my rolling was going. It did not go well for me, really, I will say. You can see there that Gandalf just quite clearly getting smacked around and trying to move stuff around. Moving bases is real hard if there's nothing actually on top of them. Actually, I'll let you know that one for free. But yeah, Gandalf was getting bogged down. You can see the bases moving away from him, and I realised at one point that actually there was no way for me to win. So Gandalf there had flipped over a base, but look at the way that it is now. Those bases are, I think it's 2 turns away from getting off the board. You've got 3 Castellans there, and it's just, 4 Castellans there, and it's how do you get Gandalf to win at this point? And the answer, unfortunately for me, is that you don't. That's right, I drew the first game where I was playing the evil because Sauron was kind of showing off there, and I lost the second one. Here's my opponent just moving them, and there is Sauron right there. So we know game is over, we know it's finished, and we know that I've lost. So there we go then. As you've just seen, I managed to gain a draw when I was playing as the evil, but unfortunately not the win, and I lost when I was playing good. I got too caught up in chasing one of the tokens that my opponent just managed to run them off the board on the complete opposite side. It's a shame. I don't know if I played it wrong. I don't know. I'm not particularly great at Magic, but it is what it is. What does that mean though in terms of this campaign that we're running? And you can obviously check the rest of the videos out in a playlist. What this means for the future scenario, okay, so the flight to the east, for my opponent, they won as the evil player, so it means that they will have the bonus. I don't get any bonuses because of the draw condition, but at least I don't have anything against me on one. So when the evil player wins, in the capture of the Grey Wizard scenario, the Necromancer may re-roll ones when making casting tests. So the capture of the Grey Wizard is not the next scenario that we'll actually be playing. It is one that is in about 6 scenarios time, so it's a good bit further. However, it does mean that we will have a wee bit of rest from the wizards and whatnot, so hopefully I can pull myself up on my magic casting. Now, the reason this is obviously just because of story play, but what we have got, because we're going through the timeline version, we have got the Watchful Peace next week. And I'll obviously be doing a video on that and everything. We'll be seeing Legolas show up, which if I can find him, here we go. I've already painted up. You'll see him at some point, probably not in the hobby vlog, because him and Tariel need base. So they won't show up in the hobby vlog. But yeah, overall, great scenario. Really enjoyed it. I'm a little disappointed in myself, but kind of, it is what it is. You can't flaw yourself. It's down to the dice, and I am a terrible player anyway, so what does it matter? But anyway, thank you very much for coming along. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Please like, comment, subscribe, all these things. I do have a bunch of affiliate links down below, and I would really appreciate it if you did use them. When you buy your stuff, it gives me a little kickback, and it doesn't cost you a single penny. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and use my affiliate links in the description below. Take care and bye-bye.